Hi there, just a look at my home gym. It's a squat rack come bench press there, or chest press I made up. Just made it out of 2-inch box iron, and for the height for the squat I just put the bar on my shoulder, measured from the bottom of the bar to the ground and drilled the holes there, maybe 20 mil less than that, and that gave me a height for my squats, and did something similar then for the bench press. And it's just, all it is just a 2-inch box with a series of holes drilled, and I made the pins from kind of like, they're made from a 1/2-inch gun barrel and a 3/4-inch sleeve over it, and just a washer welded to it. I think this is actually 16 mil, and when I drilled the holes 16 mil, it was a very tight fit. So if you're doing this, drill your hole 16 mil and finish off with a masonry bit. It's a diamond cut bit, and that'll bore it out that slightly, a little bit bigger. It's a bit stiff now because I just after painting it. The angle of it is about 5 to 7 degrees. I had it around 15, but it was too steep. It works out quite well. The distance from there to there is about 350 or 13 inches, and it's just to give clearance, you know, when you're doing squats. The base of it, I just had 2-inch box. You can use a bit of flat if you have it, and it doesn't need to be that heavy gauge. I think this is about 3 mil, but there's absolutely no need for it to be 3 mil. 2 mil will be fine, and that's all really that. All these holes, these were for a safety system made up. It worked, but it was just too cumbersome, and I don't use it anyway. So there's a couple of just brackets I made on the wall to hold the plates. Just a bit of scrap box iron and a bit of, I think it's 3/4 gun barrel welded, and it just keeps the weights up off the floor. And when you're changing them out, it's just handy to have them there anyway. The easy bar rack is made from an old bench I had, and I think this is a must for any home gym. It saves the back. When you're finished a set, you can just throw it up there, and it change out the weights very simply, and it's just handy, and it works very well, and it just saves the back from all that bending down. And that's all that is. You could make a simpler version of this too if you didn't have an old bench or something. Just come out maybe out from the wall with kind of a triangle. I'll show you in a minute anyway. This is a dumbbell rack. It's basically a copy from any dumbbell rack you'll see in a gym. Bit of angle iron turned the opposite way, a support, a leg, and it's like any gym equipment really. Go on the net and get the dimensions of it, and most of it's just made up out of angle iron or box iron and a few pulleys anyway. So with a bit of planning you can make a lot of stuff at home anyway. There's my dips and my pull-up bar. The pull-up bar and chin-up bar is made from that old bench again. The brackets on the wall were for, I think they were for doing flies or something. I just welded a couple of bars onto that, and the chin-up bar then was the original bar that came off the bench as well, and it's just held in by 2 bolts into the wall. And I'm 85 kg and have no problem there's no problem holding me up. It's there for 2 years now, I'd say, at this stage. The dips and leg raise, that's just made up out of, I think it's 30 by 20. It was box iron that was scrapped, and again this is, I think it's 30 by 30 box. A bit of a bracket then to hold it, or a support, welded on a couple of handles onto it, and again just held in by a bolt into the wall, another one on the floor, and that's there for a couple of years. Literally cost me nothing to make it, and nothing to make it really. I'd say the squat rack cost maybe €60 at the most. It's my multi-gym. It cost €100. It's not the best in the world, but it does the job. All my ropes and chains and whatnot there. This is a bracket I made up. Took bolted it into where you do your leg curls, And what it is, I have a preacher pad there, and most of these multi-gyms come with preacher pads, but unless you have someone to spot you, they're not much good. So this is just again a bit of 30mm box, a bit of a diagonal here. For the hammer curl bar, I just welded a plate here, and for the easy bar, you can see there, I just welded another bit of angle iron. I'll just get it there now and show you. And that works perfect. Oops. When you're working out, you can just throw down your set there, and that works out perfectly. And that's my home gym. Thanks for watching.